This is the
I Black Man Podcast. Offensively Black.
It's me, it's M-A-P. Yo, what up, though? It's your boy, maaad Amadeus Brower, here again with another I Black Man Podcast for you and yours. What it do? Feel like it's been a minute since I talked to y'all. I can't, It's hard enough for me telling what time and everything is going on normally with my job and my family. It's even harder for me to know when I'm, last I've spoken to y'all. I've been working so much on a podcast called Fresh and a lot of other stuff, trying to get my junk going, and it's just easy to lose track of shit. I just came back from a trip. Went down to GA, visited some family, spent some time, learned some valuable lessons, got into it with my wife. A lot of stuff, probably, where do I start? Oh yeah. I seen that Avengers Endgame leaked footage. I seen it. Pretty interesting. Nothing happened in it that, I didn't see coming. I don't think it's straight. Nothing. I just, can't wait to see it. Got my tickets for Thursday. So I cannot wait to see that bitch. I'm counting on my bootleg man to hook me up. I hear it comes out overseas in China or some shit Wednesday. So I'm gonna do this shit like I always do. Watch the bootleg before it comes out, then go to the movies and watch the movie and know what the fuck is gonna happen. And that's what I typically do when I can. I like to know, especially for me, I gotta know because I was so disappointed in Infinity War. So disappointed, man. And I'm not about to get into that. You listen to my other podcast I've done talking about that, but yeah, it just didn't get as dark as I wanted it to. Not a lot of shit happened. So I'm hoping in this one it gets really dark. I'm hoping, they show him destroy Xander. Hoping a lot of shit happens, but maybe Celestials pop up. I don't know, because the nigga killed half of everything. Wouldn't that be half of the Celestials too? Just saying. But anyway, yeah, waiting to see that. A lot of my friends and people I fucks with don't want to know any of the spoilers, little bitches. But I'm not, nothing gonna surprise me. I read the comic, so what would surprise me if niggas did that shit exactly like the fucking comic? But they won't. So yeah, went on a trip, had a hard, I'm not gonna say a hard time, interesting time. I went down. I did not want to go. My wife and my daughters, we went to visit my family, stayed at my auntie's house. It was a real good time. Just again, I did not want to go because frankly, I never want to leave my house, ever. I am I guess like a typical Cancer. You could say I stay in my crib. I don't ever want to leave my crib. And it's weird. I don't give a fuck was it that way, but that's what the fuck I am. All my shit I love is in my house. So I'm happy. Now I got my wife and kids. I ain't really gotta leave. Before I was like, I leave to go get pussy. Or I leave to get something to drink or some weed or something like that. Nigga, I got most of what the fuck I need, so I don't need to go nowhere. And then it's like, I don't mind going places, but I got 4 kids, so us going to the airport and all this shit, it's just meh, and I felt bad because I enjoyed myself with my family. I enjoyed the time I got to spend with them and my little cousins and my daughters, getting to know their cousins and having fun. It was really good. Even went to a aquarium, which was dope. Was on my list of things to do in my lifetime. To go to this aquarium because I heard it's one of the biggest ones in the world. I wanted to see the penguins. I fucking love penguins. And the sharks and the whale sharks. I really wanted to see that. So that was something that was just that was great. I liked it. But as fucked up as it is, I can also admit me being myself. Nigga, I could have stayed at home and did nothing and not have to work and be bothered by my kids, and I would have had equally as much fun. Nigga, I've got games I ain't even got to get into yet. But it was cool. I just trying to learn not to, I don't know. Like I said, think about other stuff, and I feel bad. Cause I wanted to record with my cousins, for the podcast and shit, my cousin, my uncle. And all this shit, I wanted to get all this, just all this shit in. That was my main focus. I took all of my recording shit damn near down there, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to record. That was my purpose for going. I didn't give a fuck about nothing else. I wanted to record. And I did not record. I was very upset about that shit. Because mainly, my kids, my cousin's kids and all that, they running around and shit. So, we couldn't really get nowhere where I could record where you wouldn't hear no kids yelling. So I'm mad because, I'm telling the wife, Nigga, it's like 11 o'clock at night. These motherfuckers should go somewhere and shut the fuck up. If I need to record, and shut up. You know, wife is like, well, you know, it's their cousins. And nigga, I don't care if niggas need to laugh to talk. I want to record. Shut up. But I couldn't say nothing, you know. I logically thought about it. It was a losing battle. I just said, fuck it. So that shit had me heated because it's like, to me, nigga, I didn't get to record. So what the fuck was it mean? I'm happy I got to see my people and everything. But if I came down here to record and I didn't record, it was just no point. I've wasted my time. So I'm all aggy about that shit because I want to get this shit done. You know, and as much as I love being around people and stuff, I require hours a day by myself for my sanity. You know, so I'm over my auntie's house. I can't dip off. Like I can do in my house and go in my man cave and sit and listen and do whatever, get right, whatever it is that I want to do. I can do that. But I couldn't do it at my auntie's house, so I was kind of a little uncomfortable. You know, then I got to watch my kids all the time. I'm not complaining about watching my kids. They are my children. I don't mind. I made them and I will watch them. But it's just like when me and wife get into it for holidays and stuff. I don't knock her. I don't really celebrate holidays. Fuck it. But she be like, yeah, you know, we go over here, do this. My main thing, I don't want to be going. I don't get to enjoy shit. I'm literally watching my kids somewhere else. Oh yeah, I'd rather stay home and watch my kids at home in my pajamas, chilling. You know, just how my mind works. And, you know, I kind of made my wife angry because she was upset. Like, you really, it's just, you cool, but you really, dog, I don't like going places, dude. I don't. And if I do, it has to be for a bona fide reason. If it's not, okay, after a while, I'm ready to go. You know, I don't know. And for me, this shit had me aggy because it's always a thing with me in my lifetime, which is a recurring thing. And maybe it's me. I don't know. I'm the kind of nigga I will come out and I will tell people how I am. I don't like people. I'm not a people person. I like being alone. I'm a loner. I'm a hermit. Okay. Oh, that's cool. I get that. Yeah. You know, I don't like anybody. You know, all right, cool. And they be like that. Oh, I don't give a fuck either. And then we, you know, they kick it. We be hanging together and shit till they just, you know, so they really get it. Like, nigga, you want to go somewhere? No. Well, so-and-so and this is happening? No. Well, don't you want, nigga, listen. I'm not, no, I don't like talking to people. I don't like being around people. Like when I went to the aquarium, that shit was cool. So many people, I hate that shit. Niggas breathing my air, man. Nah, fuck that shit. Not just me. No, you know. But like I had to learn with my wife, she does things different from me. Because I'm thinking if I'm planning something and you saying, let's go down here, I'm thinking you got this shit planned to the hours. You know, from here to here, we're doing this. And from 12 to 3, we're doing that. And I'm just like, so we just what, sitting around? Yeah. So what's the plan? Well, not really. That shit kind of started having me infuriated. Maybe that's just me, you know. Because a lot of times I get and she gets mad at me. Because I look at that shit as I just get it over with. Because I know even like, and I ended up having a way better time than I thought I would, you know. But even with that, as soon as I was able to like, man, I really like it here. I wish I could stay almost. It was time to go, which fucked up that good feeling I had, which makes it like I don't want to feel that shit. I'll just stay where the fuck I'm at and be on some regular shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. That's just me. Maybe I'm bugging. So I guess we're going to take this time right now to go to commercial. I'm trying to be forthcoming with y'all. You know what I'm saying? All right.
It's like sound advice or whatever. It's like comics, conventions, and cosplay or whatever. It's like ladies' night or whatever. It's like wrestling or whatever. It's like parenting or whatever. It's like anime or whatever. It's like spiritual warfare or whatever. It's like great friends, awesome people, coming around, doing what we do best. Or whatever. You should watch, listen, and follow. Or whatever. It's like a podcast or whatever.
We're back and offensively black. Our Black Man Podcast.
All right, we're back. What up, though? Our Black Man Podcast. Grabbing me great. Miles Amadeus Prower. So, about this trip we had, I don't know. It's funny to me, personally. Who else would it be if not you personally? Right. I don't know. The older I get, the more I see I'm like my old man and my granddaddy. You know, which to some extent I'm kind of proud of. They weren't nice men. By no means. But, I never knew that was a prerequisite for being a man. Being nice. So, yeah. Like how my granddaddy was, man. My grandma used to get mad because she would want to throw parties and shit. And my granddaddy is like, I guess like me. For what? So people could come over. Why? I can look out the window and see people walking down the street. Why I want them in my house? So you can talk. For what? Don't, just to socialize. For what purpose? To what end? Nigga, I got you and the people we made. Why I need to talk to somebody else? I don't want no friends. What they gonna do for me? And to a sense, it's cool. I like that shit. But in another sense, I think about how my mama said, how my old man made her feel. I don't try to be like that. It's just how I am. And I feel bad sometimes because I talk to my wife and she just thinks I'm this really mean guy. And to an extent, I'm cool with that because I know I'm not a nice person. But I'm like, dude, I'm trying my fucking ass off. I really am. With everything in me. And it's like, I almost wish on some stupid shit, like I wish I could just show you what the fuck I'm not doing. How I'm not spazzing on you. And I realize, I got a bad temper. Real bad temper, I wouldn't say real bad, but, I spaz out. I get mad. Wild out. And my kids, they piss me off. I don't be meaning to get, but I don't like to repeat myself, dog. I'm not with that shit, especially when the motherfucker hurt me, But, like I said, the trip, I did learn. My wife was right. We was supposed to go to this party. I wanted to try to see if I could get on this, because they was doing Kings for Queens Facebook show they have. And I was wanting to see if I could finagle my way on there with the talk, plug myself and, get in some interesting conversation. Pardon me, bump the table. Yeah, I wanted to get into some interesting conversation. But my wife wasn't feeling too good, and she also brought to my attention that the little cousins, were really enjoying themselves and playing together, and they had Easter egg hunts and all of that, which was fun. Normally, my kids know I don't do none of that shit at my house. I don't celebrate that pagan shit. But for my family, my auntie, my cousins, fine, it was cool. Really wasn't talking about Jesus. It was fun. I almost valued, the setup and all that shit. And I don't know. I thank God. Like I tell my wife, I thank God for her and I thank God for my cousins and shit, because I could sit here in the same breath and say, man, the way they faces lit up and just the joy and just the sounds of their laughter echoing around and just pure unmitigated joy. And I can still say the effort put forth to set that shit up and to clean, even though I didn't do hardly none of it, still ain't worth it in my eyes. Truth. Am I saying it's dumb? No. I'm just saying if you left that shit up solely to me, for what? No. Nigga, you good. Your life is fanciful and cartoonish as it is. You don't need no extra shit. When last time you paid some bill? What's the bill? Exactly, nigga. Live in the moment. That's just me. I get it. And I don't say that to say anything. I'm thankful for my cousin when everything she did, it just really makes me happy, And on the other end, it was interesting. I was supposed to have saw my uncle down there, and I wanted to get with him and record and have him on the podcast and talk to him and just tell him really how much he meant to me and how the impact he made on my existence, But he didn't make it. He didn't come over there. I don't know what was the reason for it. I didn't hear anything. I was kind of, which my wife told me not to take it personal, and I know I shouldn't, but I did. I do, but it's cool. And this is how my problem is, because it's like, I talk to my wife and I tell her this shit so she can understand. And I'm like, now I'm the kind of nigga that's what make me stop talking to a lot of people, because until I can figure out how I won't ever be disappointed again, just won't fuck with nobody. Cause I can't really disappoint myself, And I ain't mad. I know he gotta take care of his kid. I don't know what's going on. And I felt a certain kind of way because I was about to go to this pawn shop and buy him some of these, they had these Detroit Lions Silver Dome, I guess, like these commemorative pins. And I saw him, and he was the first person I thought about, my uncle, because him and my other uncle, Ronnie, they were really big into sports, and they're the ones who got me into sports. Not that I'm a super big sports head, but just a little bit that I know is all because of them, and I love that man, And I wanted to honor him and tell him how special he was to me and the impact he made on my life. But he didn't come over. And I'm glad I didn't buy that shit, because I'd have been out of money and I'd have been real pissed about that shit. But I don't know. I can't really, it's a lot of shit that be going on. And just for me, like, I don't know. A perfect example. How I overreact. And I'm going to tell you right now, after this break. All right, y'all. 1 sec. You ever thought about starting your own podcast? Like what I got? Well, let me tell you. When I was starting out, I had a lot of questions. Didn't know how to answer them. Didn't know where to start. How do I start a podcast? How do I get off the ground? How do I record my episodes? How do I get them on the major platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts and other places? Well, the answer to all of those is one thing. Anchor FM. Anchor FM is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free. Free 99. You cannot beat that. And what's better, it's ridiculously easy. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors too, so you can get paid for your product, like moi. Let me tell you, when I started out, I'm not even going to say the names of the places that I was trying to have my podcast hosted at, and it was nice, and I thought I was happy for a while. But when I found out about Anchor, 100% free, limited space, the only way you can beat that is if they pay you. And I guess if you do ads, they kind of do. If you always wanted to start a podcast and making money doing it, go to Anchor FM/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's Anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your product.
This is King Caruso from the Black History Buff podcast, sending a message to my man Maps from the I Black Man podcast. We're loving what you're doing over there. Here in the UK, we're dropping episodes of Black History weekly, and we're also bringing your stories your way every other week as well. So we're covering the champions from yesteryear as well as the stars of tomorrow. Come and check us out once you finish listening to I Black Man. Peace.
He'll kill a brick and drown a glass of water. Welcome back to the I Black Man podcast.
What up, though? We back. I Black Man podcast. But yeah, anyway, my wife ended up being right, just watching my kids play and with their cousins, and it just reminded me and my cousins, and things and parts of myself that I forgot because I blocked off and closed off because I didn't see the point of feeling that and thinking these things, because what the fuck does it do? It doesn't get me anywhere. For what purpose? And when it was time for my little cousins to leave, they was crying. My kids was crying. It was just, And I'm happy, they talking and they exchanged numbers. My daughter, my oldest apple, calls her cousins every day, several times a day. But the fucked up part is, mine is sick. She was sick before we got there. I assumed everything was ABKB. I don't know. I'm not about to be putting people's business out there, But anyway, she ended up going to the hospital, and it's not looking too good. She went to the hospital like right after we left. she was waiting for us to leave, and it was, me and my wife was talking about that. She said, that must be where you got it from, because I'm prideful as fuck. I remember one time, like a couple months ago, our wife came in the house, and I'm standing there, and I'm like, kind of like low-key freaking out because I can't breathe. Like, for real, I legitimately can't breathe. So it's like, I can kind of breathe, but I can't. So I'm sitting there. She's like, what? What's wrong? And I'm like, I can't breathe. And she was like, what? And I was like, I can't breathe. She's like, I'm going to call 911. Like, stop. She was like, what? Let me figure this shit out. Hold on for a minute. So I'm sitting there like, okay, I can kind of breathe, because if I couldn't breathe, I just wouldn't be sitting here like this. So I can breathe. I'm not getting enough air, or something's obstructing my airway. So my wife keeps trying to call 911, and I'm like, nigga, put that phone down. I'm not dead. Well, I'm not gonna die. How do you know? Because I don't want to. I'm not gonna die. Trust me. So after so much sitting there, I figured out that my, whatever that, the uvula, whatever the thing in the back of your mouth is, that shit had swole up. And it was so big, it was pretty much in the back of my throat. And whenever I breathed out, it would blow it up. And I would get like a little bit of air in until it came back, and then I couldn't breathe at all. So once I figured that out, all right, let's go to urgent care. So I went to urgent care, and they got me together. But like, that's what my wife was talking about, because she was mad. Cause I'm like, nigga, nah. I remember when I was younger, my old man, he used to get real bad, like, I guess, like heartburn, gas and shit. So one time I seen my old man crawling on the floor, like, oh my God, I feel like I'm about to die. And I'm like, oh shit, he on the floor in the living room. And I run to the kitchen to get the phone. I dialed 911. Boy, don't you dial that other number. But daddy, you died. I'd rather die. Don't let them come here. I'm like, why? You know how much an ambulance costs? Boy, you out your damn mind. I better be bleeding and dying out when you call them. Fuck that. Eventually, he belched real loud. He was straight. He didn't need to go to the hospital. That kind of stuck with me, So just like how my aunt was, she could have went to the hospital. We left on a Sunday. She could have went Saturday and whenever. She didn't end up leaving, going to the hospital. We left Monday. She ended up going to the hospital till Monday. Now she's in there and it's not looking too good. I don't want to speak ill of my family, but it's not looking good. I hope something ridiculously, positively great goes on and happens, and I just look like I have egg on my face. Times like this, I don't know when to talk to people or what to say, because me being a pessimist, a lot of people don't understand me. Because I'll be the one like, so what's going to happen? What are your plans for if this were to go south? And people don't want to talk about that. They don't want to think about that. And I completely understand. Just like when my wife was planning for this trip, all I'm talking about is negative shit. Because I'm trying to figure out what the fuck could go wrong and how to plan accordingly for said thing. And that's me, in a nutshell. Because even like when I get shit that I like if my wife, people, they get mad at me. If you do something nice for me, you won't really see me smile. You won't see me excited. You'll see me looking at it or whatever I is and analyzing and to make sure I don't look stupid for being happy. It's very hard for me to be happy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm working on myself and I don't know what's the point of this. Hell, I don't even know how much of this I'm going to use. I'm going to mix some other audio in with this and try to get something going. I know I recorded before and it's just a lot of stuff going on. I'm not sure, but guess I'm going to end the ramble right here. There's some more things I could say. I know some stuff I want to talk about, but just going off the top of the dome right now. Thank y'all for listening, man. Once again, it's that time again. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Nigga come back from the South, start talking real country. Know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all, hit up the hotline, man. 724-313-4519. 724-313-4519. Leave a voicemail. You can call us in a text message. Whatever you talk about or send me, I'll talk about it on the podcast. Maybe even play it on there. You know what I'm talking about? Say this every episode. Of course, if you want to hit your old boy up with an old electronic mail, hit me up at EYEBLACKMANPODCAST@gmail.com. IEYE Black Man Podcast at gmail.com. Also, you can check out my Instagram, Black Man Podcast, letter I, with a comma. I'm also on the Instagram, EYE Black Man Podcast. Also have the YouTube. We're on Spreaker, Stitcher, iTunes. Anywhere you can find the damn near podcast, your boy is there. And also, please check out, like, and subscribe, as well as this podcast, my other podcast, a podcast called Fresh. It's a labor of love. I love it. It's fun. And I got some really good stuff coming out, so please check that out. Be slow to speak and quick to listen. This is your boy, Miles Amadeus Prower. Peace.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. This has been a Hyphen Podcast Network production.
They're the bestest. I'm getting paid at